sees a system warning about too large a class difference between body and soul, so an adjustment was made and the level was lowered to 1. A system window appears right in front of Shin, in which all his characteristics are recorded. Shin, leaning his face on his hand, continued to look at the characteristics window and complained that everything was good from him. Well, at least the main abilities were in place and the rest had been upgraded. Shin found a line that said something incorrect. Before that, he completely went into necromancy and didn't touch melee combat. Looking at the ceiling, he realized that it would no longer be possible to return to his own time to study the effect of the stone. He would need to die again, but now this is not an option, especially since there is definitely no game where he got this stone. Suddenly, Shin realized that there were no monsters here either, because he began to destroy these creatures, which means he could avoid everything. Shin, filled with confidence, realized that this was perfect, and now he could linger in this world. With a grin on his face,
why is it lagging? Come on, quit fucking with me.
Something in front caught Shin's attention. Having opened the doors, a guy
I was having connection issues? What's going on here?
The servant standing behind him tried to stop this, addressing himself as Mr.
Hold on, let's do this.
Jin looked at Shin with a sly expression on his face. The servant said that he was ordered not to let anyone hear, to which Jin expressed his dissatisfaction. Then he struck the servant in the face.
Much better. What in the fuck is going on?
Did not get to speak to him in such a tone. Shin, who was standing next to him, thought about this asshole while the servant wiped the blood from his face. Shin rushed to help the servant when Jin said that he wanted to remove.
I'ma kill my camera and restart it.
The servant, who was on one knee, asked for forgiveness because he was given orders not to let anyone in, but Shin only asked if he could stand. And Jin, who stood next to him, laughed at the pity for the insignificant servant, which was not like him.
Is there too much light shit going on behind me?
Inquired in a whisper what kind of thing this was. The servant quietly whispered that it was his half-brother. Jin didn't understand why he was being ignored when another man in purple robes entered the room, who suggested that, apparently, Shin had not yet come to his senses and simply did not recognize him. It was the leader of the Red Clouds faction, Sang, who asked for Shin's understanding and forgiveness. Shin jerked when he heard a sound behind him. It was the servant who asked Mr. Quack to watch his words, because he called Jin a lord right in front of the young master. Suddenly, the smaller one came to the realization that
Lord now that's going good.
Died of illness, and now the position of the local lord is open. But since this old man calls Jin that, he simply ignores him. Mr. Quack, scratching his head, said that he accidentally called Jin that way because he would have accepted this post after Shin's death. Woon Jin, in turn, laughed to Quack, noting that Shin was
I'll
not
leave that up.
well. Shin stood next to the servant with a serious look, not understanding where these bastards even came from as they continued their conversation. Quack said that
let's find out what's going on, because this is...
It was time to leave. They had an appointment with the head of the small clouds. Jin asked if it was already time, to which he received a positive
I'm getting...
answer,
Am I getting connection issues?
to prepare the best conditions for head of the Donrians. These words greatly angered Shin, so he immediately...
I'm having connection issues. Hold on.
Lunch. Shin, waving his hand, hit Jin so hard on the back of his head that he turned red and started coughing. While Jin stood there in bewilderment, Mr. Quack asked what this meant, but suddenly the realization came to him that Jin had missed the blow. Shin stood confidently looking at the two with his hands folded to his chest while Jin was in disbelief.
Look at this. Look at this laggy ass shit. What's going on?
So how could he have missed a blow from a martial arts novice? Jin asked with fury in his eyes what Shin did now. Then,
I know what
quite
it is.
calmly, Shin said that he had slammed the worm. Jin, filled with anger, grabbed his blade, saying that he would finish Shin off. As soon as he raised his hand to the sword, he immediately trembled. In front of him stood the menacing silhouette of Shin with a sword.
Why is my computer acting like it's moving slow?
Quack continued to silently watch what was happening. Jin was shaking in fear from what he saw. Everyone stood frozen in the middle of the room, with people outside watching the events inside. Quack,
bro, we don't stop the recording. Real.
Jin should calm down.
I gotta get this other computer up off the ground. Look at this shit.
Shin realized that they were talking mentally. This is the transmission of sounds that he read about in books about martial arts. Jin said that it seemed that Shin had not yet come to his senses, and it was
I done restarted my computer twice.
He and Quack headed towards the exit. Shin exhaled and noticed that Jin was nothing, and the servant said that it was a relief. Shin gritted his teeth in sudden pain.
You know
Shin
what?
grabbed his head in pain. The servant tried to help him stay on his feet, asking about his well-being and the need to call a doctor. Clutching his head with both hands, Shin began to think that he had to remain a fool and live like that for the rest of his life. Why right now he suddenly wanted to take the place of ruler. Jin, opening the strange bottle, said that he should have given up right away, and then he would not have had to die in the arms of his younger brother. Pouring the contents into his mouth, Shin, who He was sleeping. The Jin
There we
waited
go.
to go after
Let's
his
get it.
father. Then Shin realized
Alright,
that
we
this
killing the
was
camera,
not only
and we
but
gonna
also
touch
his
some
father.
stuff.
Apparently these were
Damn, that's
the
too
memories
loud.
you Shin on, so you need to concentrate. There is something.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn that
Shin did
down a
not know
taste.
martial arts, and Jin
I'm gonna go ahead and put some
constantly
hands on this
and
shit
this
real quick.
bastard specifically seduced women who took an oath of allegiance, which Shin saw. Tears suddenly appeared in Shin's eyes.
What in the world is
because
going
the
on that's
story was
causing
pathetic.
this?
Suddenly, the pain in his head stopped, and the servant
Alright,
continued
well,
to ask
we ain't
if
got
he
no
was
problems
okay.
now.
Realization dawned on Shin. With
Do I
fear,
really
sitting
do I
in
really
closed
need to
position
close
and
this?
muttering that this is the end.
Yeah. This has got to be closed. This is what? Since when is my computer having these issues? Look at this. All right, hold on, watch this. Let's see. We're gonna go. Let me see if that fixes it. What is going? I just restarted my computer. It's not my. Yo, what is causing this? Something is up. Hold on. Y'all playing with. I'll be back, y'all. Something is up.